Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Well, there's no denying that there's a lot of fear, in fact, extreme fear in crypto markets. I will also share with you, and there's data to back this, there's a certain segment of people in crypto, perhaps you're among them, that have extreme conviction in the long-term viability of XRP, of Bitcoin, to pick your crypto. And with Bitcoin leading the market, I want to focus on that as well as actual adoption in terms of the XRP ledger itself, network activity, because regardless of price activity, and I'll show you a chart in a second here at the beginning part of the video, it just keeps getting adopted. So, and again, despite negative price action. And it's just amazing. Like you can throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at XRP, and it just keeps chugging along. In fact, even if you do want to talk about price in that sense, fine. Wasn't XRP supposed to be worth $0 right now after the SEC sued Ripple claiming that it's a security? Because I'm pretty sure it's not. In fact, it's 45 cents right now. And if you throw out the stable coins, throw them out of the top 10, XRP is number 4 in market cap. And still, I think it's artificially suppressed, but that's incredibly impressive. So look, I think for many people, conviction has never been higher that we're doing the right thing and it's going to result in life-changing wealth. I count myself in that camp for sure. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun, damn it. And if you don't like it, well, you can just get out. Again, XRP at 45 cents, Bitcoin at $19,335, market cap for the asset class $953 billion, and Bitcoin dominance at 38.91%. And here's the crypto fear and greed index, because I know you is be wondering how them lemmings out there feel. Lemmings a bit extra fearful today. At 20 out of 100, extreme fear for the typical lemming retail speculator. It's just a shame because there's so much opportunity. In fact, take a look at this. The chart that's on your screen right now is the number of transactions executed on the XRP ledger. Now, of course, in times of frenzy, so you can think about when Bitcoin for the first time hit about $20,000 several years ago. You can think about what we saw a lot of in 2021. Fine, you get these outlier instances where even activity for XRP, it does spike. But if you just look at this chart, you can see, just use your human eyeballs, you can see it's been trending up for the last 9 years. I picked the last 9 years because that's a nice, easy number. And you can't go back 10 years because it wasn't live. So I just went back 9 years. And look, so you go back to the beginning of this chart. On a typical day, look at how many transactions there were. Here's 51,000, 34,000, 50,000 on this date, 61,000. So not many transactions, but now you fast forward to today and we're consistently getting over 1 million. So here, 1.28 million, 1.2 million on those days. It's just, it's not going away, folks. And adoption continues. There's real utility here, which is another reason that I'm happy to have invested in XRP. But a lot of times people focus too much in terms of price, and I think it's good to have the reminder that the network just keeps getting adopted. So can you imagine fast forwarding a decade from now? What do you think this is going to look like? I'm optimistic for the future. I really, truly am, and I think there'll be even more utility. And so to me, it's worth reminding myself of this from time to time. And when it comes to accumulating crypto, I don't frequently think about what it's worth in terms of United States dollars. I buy regardless of price when I want to buy, and I think about the total quantity of crypto that I hold, because that's what's really important. Now, as far as additional evidence of strong conviction, take a look at this from on-chain analyst Will Clemente. And so this is basically a HODL chart. He called this chart Bitcoin HODL waves. And he wrote the following. A new all-time high, 78% of Bitcoin supply has not moved in at least 6 months. Pretty remarkable in the face of the worst macroeconomic backdrop in recent history, geopolitical uncertainty, and World War III fears. There is a group of seriously convicted hodlers out there. And he meant to say that there's a group of hodlers with strong conviction, not that they've been convicted of something. But, common mistake, it's okay. But 78% hasn't moved? See, that's why here's the sense I'm getting here. And maybe we get surprised and we get a wild card event, and I always acknowledge that's perhaps possible and prices go way lower. But it seems to me that the vast majority of people that were going to get shaken out of the market, they've been shaken out of the market. You have the people like, for instance, myself, and perhaps you consider yourself among this group as well, that people that really do have a high conviction that what they're doing is right and will result in life-changing wealth. I think it's still going to come. People have seriously been shaken out. Take a look at this from chart analyst Income Sharks. Bitcoin, you missed the whole way down to short, and you think the markets will still give you a 50% drawdown here after months of massive selling? First time we flatlined, and support has held up well. Now we punish the late FOMO shorters. So you get the point he's making. For the last several months. Okay, it's been volatile within a certain narrow range, but it's held. So fine. Sometimes we get surprised. Like I said, there could be a wild card event, and maybe price goes way lower. Markets get spooked sometimes. But is that what's most probable? I personally don't think so, but I don't deny it could happen. I just don't think that's what's probable. It's just human psychology is so interesting. And then there's also this from Income Sharks, because admittedly, what is typically known as Uptober or Pumptober, as it's called in the world of crypto, hasn't really evolved in the way that many anticipated. And perhaps that is because of the overall macro environment, but still prices won't stay here forever. Either way, to take a look at this also from Income Sharks, he said, stocks are where a lot of the money is right now. The volatility been wild there. When that calms down, crypto should pick back up. Funny to think Bitcoin is the stable one, and stocks are doing 10% intraday swings. Yeah, for stocks, that is pretty wild. And then there's also this from Ki Young Ju, and he is the CEO of CryptoQuant. He shared the following with his 308,000 followers on Twitter. He said, institutions are coming. Whales are accumulating Bitcoin. Hash rate hits the all-time high. Long-term holders are not selling Bitcoin. Crypto has fundamentals. Guys, these are not memes anymore, unlike the 2018 bear market. It's time to take those facts seriously, NFA, which of course means not financial advice. And Credible Crypto retweeted that. He's on board, and I think that in a general sense this makes sense as well. Credible Crypto says 100, he used the 100 emoji, meaning 100%. Every meaningful metric is screaming that now is the time to consider buying for a low risk reward play over the coming months. Most holding back right now because of fear and uncertainty about the macro and greed, wanting cheaper when we already dropped 75% from the highs. Bitcoin. Yeah, and so that's why for me, I'm happy to be buying at these levels. I've now been purchasing recently algo, and I'm going to keep doing that from time, just topping off my bags. I thought I was done, a year and a half ago, but hey, you give me these prices, you sufficiently entice me, cool. And I'm way down on algo. That's my worst investment to this particular point, and I do not care. That doesn't matter. See, and understand, I hold close to 30 different cryptocurrencies. Almost all of them are in the green for me. I've been holding them a very long time. Now with algo, I've been holding it a shorter time. I first purchased it, I think it was about a year and a half ago, something like that anyway. And I was up for a while, and then the market tanked, and then I was like, well, I'm certainly not intimidated by that. In fact, the fact that I was way down and the price for algo is way cheaper, Algorand, I was just like, okay, I'm now enticed. And I've been buying a bunch more, and my position is up substantially as a result. I'm going to continue doing that. So for me, this is where the opportunity is. Now is the time. This is where it makes sense to have conviction, for me at least. I'm not telling you what to do. You could buy, you can sell your hold. It doesn't matter. You do whatever you want to do. I would never assume that I know what's best for you, so I would never offer financial advice, nor would I want that responsibility. But for myself here, I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm happy to be transparent to a certain degree here. I'm not going to say how much I'm spending or investing or how much I hold, but it's not an inconsequential amount of money that I'm spending. And I am holding an extra boatload of fiat on the side just in case we actually do get that wild card event. Not that I'm anticipating it, but if we do, I want to be ready with my fiat. So in the meantime, yeah, it's getting eaten by inflation. Don't care. It's an opportunity cost. I just don't care. I want to be prepared if that unlikely event happens. But also take a look at this. This is from the Daily Hodl. Crypto Insider says one catalyst will increase investments in Bitcoin and trigger price surge in Bitcoin. Crypto insider Kristen Smith is unveiling a possible catalyst that could ignite the next Bitcoin bull run. In a new interview on CNBC's Squawk Box, Smith, the executive director of the crypto lobbying group Blockchain Association, says that Bitcoin's current price is being stabilized by long-term investors, while adding that retail traders have largely fled the digital asset markets due to bearish conditions. Let's pause it up. Yes, that's certainly, even before reading this article, I already had that opinion. I already had that perception because I know that's how humans behave anyway. And so if you just look at the on-chain metrics for Bitcoin, which leads the market, that's pretty telling. And that's positive for XRP or anything else that you hold as well, I personally believe, because the market moves in tandem right now. Piece continues. Smith, however, says that retail investors will likely return once the economy gathers steam. And here's a quote. I think Bitcoin has been largely stable for a couple of reasons. One, you have the retail investor that has largely exited investing in Bitcoin. People are worried about paying for gas. They're worried about paying for groceries. They don't have the ability to put extra money away by investing in Bitcoin at the moment. But I do think that the investors that are in there right now are holding out for a future date. They're in it for the long run. And I think as we start to see the economy turn around and people putting more risk into their investment portfolios, we're going to see the investment in Bitcoin rise and subsequently the price, end quote. Well, amen and hallelujah, I completely believe in that. That makes a ton of sense. And don't forget, even if you want to talk specifically about XRP, which I'm always happy to do. After all, this is an XRP-centric YouTube channel. If you were among the earliest purchasers of XRP, it took 5 years roughly to see it go from, the half a penny or less than half a penny price point that was floating around for a long time to see it hit almost $4. And so fine, we've been, as of, this coming January 2023, that'll be the 5-year mark. And okay. And even if it takes 6 years or 7 years, from that point, from that all-time high to hit another crazy all-time high, I am here for it. I don't know. I'm not making a prediction. I'm not saying it's going to take that long. But if it does, fine. I can't control that. I'm happy to just sit here because I firmly believe it's coming regardless. So hopefully you guys are all feeling okay out there. I think you kind of get the landscape out there, but it's fun to talk about this stuff from time to time. I'll wrap up here, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.